So the tools that we use for Ifa, you cannot have Ifa proper without the Opon Ifa. At the top you see Eshu, so Eshu is always present. Eshu is always present. And so the tray is used in conjunction with Iyirosum powder and the Iroke and the Ikin. So I want to speak on the Opon Ifa and the Ikin. The Ikin Ifa, traditionally, we have 16, and each one of the 16 Ikin, these are palm nuts. They come from a special palm tree. There's many palm trees in West Africa, but this is from a special tree. When we rub them, that's a sound that everyone is familiar with that's in Ifa. That sound creates a vibration in your body. It helps you start to feel something. So the Ikin, Orunmila, the prophet, left the Ikin for humanity to be able to call him. The Ajere also represents the womb. It also represents a womb. So the Ajere was also a wife of Orunmila. And if I was saying that within the Ajere where we're setting this is the possibility of children and the children being nurtured by Ifa. When we begin to invoke Orunmila, we use what's called Iroke, and this is beautiful. The Iroke, you can see that they're women, and here they're both holding their breasts. That's from nurturing of humanity. They're kneeling, which is called Kunle, which is when we kneel at the foot of Olodumare before we come to earth, so to speak. We're asking for our destiny, and so this represents what we call Ikunle, to kneel, Abiyamo, the one that gives birth. So there's a spiritual energy that takes place when women are giving birth. That's why she's kneeling. And the child comes through. Which is also when the Odu comes through. We're touching our head to the earth. We call that Mofori Bale. I touch my head to the earth. So pushing out, this is symbolic of the mother kneeling and giving birth and the head coming through. The head is sacred. The Ori is sacred. So when the Ori touches the earth, now we're asking that the earth is helping co-parent the child. And that's what the Opon is for. So the Opon is symbolic of us touching our head to the earth. And making a connection with Aye from heaven to earth. So the Iyirosum powder helps us see the visual representation of the Odu. So before we would do that, we would use the Iroke to tap. That sound is magic. I love this tray. This is where heaven and earth come together. So the center is the Ashe. When we do divination, we're trying to make sure that the people are staying in the center of the tray. So what did you bring from Orun? What has influenced your life from earth? What did you bring from your past life? Ancestors, past life, or your DNA? And what is going to be affecting you to your future? When we divine, linear time doesn't exist. All these things are happening right now. So we want to stay in the middle of the tray so that you can have a view. So we would pour the Iyirosum on the tray. And this stuff is really, really powerful to the tray. So you will see trays where we will mark from the top. We're asking the Ashe, the blessings to come from Orun, the blessings to come from Aye, the earth, the blessings to come from your past, your ancestors, or your past life, and the blessings to come possibly from your children or from the things that are happening in your future. So you will see that intersection. It's very common in Ifa. Very common. Okay, and then we ask that we are surrounded by ashe, by good things. So when we begin to, what we call pound the ikin, and they say pound, they say the ikin are making love, is sexual metaphors all in there. The ikin are making love. And when they do that, there's birth. And the birth is the Odu. It brings life. So the Yoruba language and Ifa is super poetic. So when you hear that sound, the kids will come running because they want to see what's going on. So I'm not doing complete divination, but I'm pulling. So what the key is this is a binary system. I'll show you on the Opwele, but I'll show you the king first. So I have them in my left hand. The idea is to pull out one or two. To pull out, and so you have one or two left in your hand. And that's when you begin to get the Odu. So I clean the tray. And sometimes we'll use the Irukere to clean the tray. The Irukere also has a lot of ashe in it. We use it to increase our prayers when we pray, and we'll put it in front of our mouth when we pray. We also clean negativity off with this. But in this case, we're cleaning the opon, touching the opon. So now I will show you how we mark the Odu. So when we are doing this, also the Ikin are activating ashe that's in the palm of our hands. The lines that are in the palm of our hands. They all mean something. The one on the left means something. The ones on the right mean something. The Ikin are activating that energy in your hands. There were 3 left, so I don't pull anything. So you see 2. We will mark 1. So it's bringing balance back and forth, balance back and forth. Two. Mark 1. Two again. Mark 1. Good day. That's it. Good day. Two again. Two again. Two again. One. So now you have one leg, which we call Ogunda. Ogunda, which is symbolic of Ogun's energy. Ogunda deals with a lot of different things. Ogun helps to make people that are divided come together. Also opens paths for us, creates an opening for us. Ogunda. That's Ogun. Ogun Lotun. So I'll just give the basic piece of it. Because it wasn't full invoking Oromila, but the basic piece. So this is Ogunda Lotun, Ogbe Losi, Ogunda on the right side, Ogbe on the left side. So a little bit of it. This Ogunda Bede talks about someone not leaving Ifa, staying with Ifa, not, as the Christians used to say, backsliding. Stay with Ifa. This talks about somebody who was losing their faith, Ifa says that they stay with Ifa, Ogunda Bede. It also, Ogunda Bede also speaks about Ogun the blacksmith, the one who shapes and carves out humanity to make us better human beings. So Ogunda Bede speaks about the blacksmith. Ogunda Bede, Ogun Bede Orun, the blacksmith in heaven, and the blacksmith on earth. So this is just a little bit. So this Odu kind of says, don't lose your faith. Ogun will help you be strong. Ogunda Bede. Ifa says you need to stand up internally. So get everything organized inside so that you can handle the real world. That's piece of it. It's deeper than that, but that's pretty good. So the Opwele, I said earlier, the Opwele, you see the 4 stations, just like the where we were divining with the Iking. The Opwele is from a tree is called Igi Opwele. These pods are tied to this. As you see, it's in 4 stations. It has a concave side and a convex side. This is used when we want to get an Odu quickly and we're traveling and we don't have all of these items. So the Opwele, 4 stations. So again, it will give you 1 leg of the Odu, the second leg of the Odu, meaning Meiji. So, and you see the beadwork is always a big part. The beadwork brings beauty to things. When I came in here, and some of it is because I use these tools, I saw them, I saw them before, but this time it was different. Maybe it was because they said, oh, you're bringing us out now to respect what we really are. We're not on the shelf, So when I came in, I wanted to touch them with my head. I saw all of these before last time. It wasn't the same. So that makes me think, what is something that's held inside, that's locked up, that's waiting to be shown and waiting to speak? It's like when somebody goes to a therapist, all they want is ears. It's like these devices want ears now. We get to talk, you get to listen.